Hi, my name is Nick Francis. I'm from Cool Energy. We've been talking a lot here about climate change and our impact on it using energy efficiency, but we're a company that's based in Australia, and although we're doing some things within the Kyoto Protocol that are the newest in the world, in some ways leading the world by developing the first ever programmatic clean development mechanism program, we're actually in a country which has woefully managed its commitment to climate change. Under the leadership of John Howard, we obviously were out of the system. Luckily, 2 years ago, Kevin Rudd signed up to Kyoto, but we have yet to work out what that means for us and to set any meaningful targets or any way in which we'll deliver on those targets. I think that's going to be really important when we go to Copenhagen as a country. So I think there's a few things that are really worth thinking about when we think about the issue in Australia. One is that we just committed to clean coal. You know, we use such a lot of coal. We use very wet brown coal that's actually even have to heat to burn it to get electricity. So we've actually got to get ourselves off that, and we're seeing right now in Victoria a commitment to saying, well, actually what we're going to invest in is ways of cleaning up that coal, making it burn more efficiently, and then sequestering the CO2 that it creates under the ground. All of this is unproven technology. All of it is probably 10 years away. And it is not okay, I believe, for us as a country to commit our future and our ability to meet global targets on technology that yet is not understood or proven. So that's going to require that we do some other things. And what's interesting is that to date, we've only named a way of reducing our emissions in this country is an emissions trading scheme over some covered industries. What's interesting is that in the bargaining to get that, we've actually then taken out most of the covered industries. So one of our biggest CO2 polluters, the aluminium industry, wants a free ride. Our electricity generators with coal want a free ride. So we actually have a situation where our farmers don't want anything to do with farming included ever. So when you look at our emissions, and a third, for example, is agriculture and a third is electricity production, we are suddenly we've set up a scheme where we're actually not going to get any change. And it's interesting because as part of our commitment, therefore, what we're saying is, well, we're going to set up the scheme, we're going to set these targets, then we're going to give most people a free ride, and the way then we'll meet our commitment is buying credits from overseas, CERs, and that's what we create. And we in Mexico, by giving energy efficiency, we create carbon credits, CERs, which we would then, I guess, we sell globally at the moment, but we could sell back into the Australian market. So in the short term, it's a fine solution. It's fine to say, hold on a minute, we can't change the aluminium industry tomorrow, we can't change brown coal tomorrow, we can't change transport tomorrow, we can't change farming tomorrow. I understand that. So we're going to make a commitment and we'll use CERs, we'll buy our credits overseas. In the short term makes sense. But actually the short term has to be 1, 2, 3 and maybe 4 years. If we do not find a way of having an emissions trading scheme with a renewable target and an energy efficiency target in this country that ensures that this country can meaningfully engage in targets globally, then we are never going to be leading, and we are always going to be right behind the issues as they unfold. And the consequence of that is we, Cool Energy, will remain an oddity in terms of a company that remains in this country and makes money by delivering services that combat climate change.